a portion of what has been given to us on account of certain people being dissatisfied. So I'm just using the case of Trans Nzoia that played out before us, and probably if people watch you today, then tomorrow we can have the other side of Mutembei, the other side of Migori, Kisii, coming to us and saying, why do you want to take away other resources? Hence my question that while what you're proposing to us makes sense to me, that we can create additional counties, is this the only way through which we can entrench this concept of what you're calling further devolution, or there is another way? I'd wish to be assisted. I thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. I have a different idea, but I'm totally in agreement with the creation of new counties as a person. Because actually, I'm one of those who is affected, and the panel here can attest to that. My mother comes from Mount Elgon, and that is a team that has really been affected. But the idea of creation of new counties without a referendum, I really want to understand that clearly. Because you've tried to give us structures, and you've also tried to give us sub-articles, but still, the structure of devolution is one national government, and it has 47 governments, county governments. Creating additional counties would change the structure and thus require a referendum. I want you to look at that. And maybe as I'll be finishing, I would also propose that we will allow our technical teams to look at that, what Karoli has given us in those sub-articles 255 and 188. Because given the text of that, or the narrative of 255, it's actually not possible to create counties without a referendum. I want you to make me understand that a little bit better.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Honorable Senator Omar.
Okay, asante.
The very last, I suppose.
Mheshimiwa Karoli and team, I always identify quite enormously with minorities and minority rights. After all, in Kenya, I am also a minority. But I want to be persuaded that to redress a minority systemic or endemic marginalization is a function of only appointing one or two members from that community or allocating an administrative advantage where one or two people are better placed competitively to raise to the echelons of those leaderships. I will not mention names, but if you look at communities hitherto, which have said they have been marginalized, you can count one or two people who have, in successive administrations, served in very high leadership positions, and some of them are actually now bequeathing that leadership to their own sons and daughters or to their family members. So you have this marginalization you have talked about has never been cured. What happens is you just actually empower one or two people to further become lords over their own territory or their people under the guise of fighting marginalization. So that's why you can see repeatedly, Chairman, I've asked this question: how does giving Hassan Omar or Amina Mnyazi a membership in a commission as a standalone without a program of inclusivity cure marginalization? We have been marginalized for 60 years, where once in a while you get a CS Hapa, you get a PS pale, you get a CDF pale, munapata sijui commissioner pale, munapata. It has not cured marginalization. So we need to, as a country, to have a conversation rather than having these very ruthless competition of power based on ethnic engineering, to look for a programmatic way that the Endorois, the Suba, the new tribe in Kenya, what is it called? The Pemba, the Jamus, Canadians in Mutembei, can be integrated in all spheres of national life. So what we need to do as we even talk about our counties and the creation of new administrative boundaries, because if you create a county for me right now, there is very few people who can beat me where I come from. You know what I mean? Some like you, some of you have comparative advantage. That's the truth of the matter. When you get into a political seat, acquire a bit of facilities and capacity and resources, you become more competitive politically. Today, if you told me at the advent of devolution, 2013, to have those 14 regions, I'll be thinking, 14 regions. If you told me today to merge 3-4 counties, I'm a little more confident that you merge them and I'll still be in that race and probably afford it. So these kind of things, it gives you, so what you then do, you're enhancing a set of individuals, a handful. I can talk from Independence Kenya, in the minority communities or marginalized, it's been the same people. So what I'm asking, is there a way programmatically beyond administrative boundaries that we can be able to enhance our participation in national life and politics?
Thank you.
Yeah. We can go on now? Yes. Okay. Thank you very much, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. In no particular order, in answering the 5 questions, I absolutely agree with Senator Omar. Tokenism does not cure marginalization or discrimination. It does not, by putting somebody here or there.